Alright, today I'm going to be talking about how to mount an Atlas frame to your FILBE Marine Corps issue pack. Now I'm working just my two hands and my phone for a camera, so it'll be a pause and go kind of a video. A couple things you're going to want: zip ties. These are some 12-inch zip ties, something to cut with. This frame I'm using, nothing special. I couldn't tell you the exact model of Atlas frame, but it's just one I picked up at a surplus store. I gave it a spray, a tan coat of spray paint. I don't know, just because I felt like it. And I put JB Weld in the gaps between all the different bars and the rivets. And the idea behind that was to kind of strengthen it. I don't think it did much, but that's just what I did. I'm using Tac Tailor straps. These are like the super slim or the low profile super straps or whatever. And they're hip belt. And I'll drop a link in the description for which exact ones they are. So first thing you're gonna do is undo your straps on the frame. And then you want these two straps that are attached to the bottom of your FILBE pack. You're going to go ahead and unbuckle those and pull them off. Alright, so once you've done that, flip the pack over. You got your slot where the frame is going to slide up into. You got these straps right here. These guys right here. This guy and this guy, and you got that on each side. Alright, so you got your pack flipped over, take your frame, just stick it in there. Alright, so with these straps, these are the ones that came off the bottom of the pack. You got two different ends. You got this end, and it's kind of got the twisted bit. And you got this part right here. This part is the one that goes around and buckles onto the front side of your pack to tighten it down and strap stuff to it. If you look really close, this buckle right here, you can see that Epstein didn't kill himself. Now this right here is what you're going to end up with. Basically, this end is dummy corded on this slot right here, and this buckles into that guy right there, like so. Alright, so to make sure you do this right, you want the bottom buckle facing downward, or facing like it's going to go around the pack. And this guy, you're going to slide up through here. It's tricky to do with one hand. And your buckle is going to go through there. I'm going to pause it and come back when it's done. Like so. Now you're just going to grab that buckle, it's kind of hard to see, sorry, and connect the two. Alright, so we got both sides done now. You can tell I did this one, I just looped it through a different direction. Still works. I'm going to go back and make it like this one, just for the sake of neatness. But as long as you dummy cord it through basically, and you can buckle it, and then you want to cinch it down, pull as tight as you can, because you want everything to be tight. Alright, so the next thing you do would be take your running end, and it's going to go through this strap and through this strap, basically second from the last strap, and this is the bottom of the pack. I'm not quite going to do it that way because I do my pack a certain way, but yeah. Alright, so now we've got that dude, this guy right here, and then that one and this one. Basically, these are all going to get zip tied down in some way to keep this pack anchored down to the frame and as tight as possible. So I'll do one at a time and show you as I go. Alright, so the way I'm doing these is basically sticking it over, sending the zip tie through, and then around the frame bar, the frame, yada yada. And then I'll just cinch it down like that. Once that's done, take the cutting instrument, whip that out. Cut as close to the bottom of the zip tie as possible. Nice and flush. You don't want a sharp edge poking in the back. And we'll do that to this one over here. So I kind of missed a part. Not really, you don't really have to go in order, but you're gonna go ahead and reconnect your shoulder straps. So, you know, obviously once you have your frame in this pocket, you're gonna find these slots right here. And basically you're gonna go, see if I got this right, under, and you'll pull it out through that slot. So pull it, and then it's just pretty much the same for whatever type of, you know, Alice compatible straps you got. And then you're just gonna send it through the buckle like you normally would. Now, when you're doing this, you want to have both straps the same height, obviously. If you know anything about hiking, which at this point you should, you know, you want everything to be even. The way I can tell where mine go, it's kind of crude, but I can see where the rust is on the strap, so I know that's where it goes. So I can put it the same spot every time. I disassemble this and put it back together. Alright, got both sides done. I wanted to point out that this loop is where you put your shoulder straps. You don't put it here, you don't put it on this guy. It goes through this loop. That's what that loop is there for, just in case you didn't know. So moving on, we got these straps right here. You'll take this end, it'll go through both of these loops that way, and then it'll come back over this one on the left and through this one on the right. And I'll show you what that looks like. Through both of them. Back over the left one. Do that first one. And then I don't crank it down yet. I do both sides. And then I'll start cranking them down to keep them even. So that's what they look like done. It's not perfectly even. I don't know, maybe 1/8 inch, 1/2 inch. But it'll get the job done. So moving down. Alright, so it took me a little messing around to remember exactly how I did it, but I'll show you what we did and why. So we're going to take this guy right here, it's going to lay flat, and you're going to run a zip tie through it, and then around here. This guy is going to go right here, and you're just going to run it, this guy right here is going to lay there, and you're going to run a zip tie through it and around the frame. Let's see if I do this one-handed. So through, then connect it. I'm gonna have to pause it. All right. Pretty much just cinch that up as best you can. I'm gonna have to pause it to really get it tight. You just want to cinch it down to the center of the circle so it doesn't move a whole lot. So like so. It's pretty snug. Now we're gonna do this guy. Alright, so this zip tie is gonna go through there, around the frame. Oops. Alright. And you're keeping it below the strap right here. Connect it real quick. Alright. Then once I snip this, I'm gonna rotate this part to the inside, then so that way the edge that I cut isn't poking out, possibly poking me in the back or whatever. Alright, and we have put this Alice frame onto this FILBE pack. A little bit of custom work. So the reason I do this, you really don't have to. It's just a sanity thing for me to keep it tight. It helps keep the little kidney pouch right here tight too. It's just more so a mindset of keeping everything tight on the pack. But yeah, so it's not hard. Alice frame is definitely an upgrade to the plastic frames they're coming out with now. It won't crack on you when it gets really cold. This standoff, all this empty space right here, sits on body armor better. So you don't rub your backsap into your back. Little thing I like to do. This is a piece of the roll-up sleeping pad, and I cut it to fit just in there so that this bar never hits my neck because it's uncomfortable. But yeah. So again, I'll leave a link to the where I got these straps from Tac Tailor. They're freaking awesome. I've had them about a year now, put surely over 100 miles on them. They've been good to me. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you got any questions, let me know.